grabar esta clase. And we're going to start, como yo he dicho, standing up. And I want to, let me move this back just a hair. So let's actually start for just a moment. Just from your feet, bring your feet right underneath your sits bones. And then just kind of walk with your feet here for a second. So you're just going to take your weight, toe ball, heel. And if all you're thinking about is waking up the bottoms of your feet, getting them alert, ready to hold your weight for this class, but also for the rest of the day. So, todo el día. Good. And just feel for a moment as you bring your foot up, spread through all 5 of your toes, and then press in, right? So that you feel the toes, then the ball of the foot, and then the heel. So what we want to do is make sure the arch of the foot doesn't drag into the floor. But as you press the ball of the foot down, reach your heel back. And these little movements, I think, are really helpful for just getting your glutes to fire up. Good. So that pressing in and then finding a little bit of balance. What I hope we get out of picking a foot up is that you'll get the inner thigh and outer hip on the supporting leg to say, yes, I want to do yoga this morning. I want to support this pelvis, this torso, this back. All right. So now let's just start walking that just a little bit wider. And you can make this almost your walk out like a little bit of a slow dance. And same thing, connect to the idea of inner thigh, outer hip on the supporting leg. So as the opposite leg comes up, good. And just breathe down low. Good. Nice and slow, steady, easy, even movement here. All right, and then if it feels nice to kind of add your arms into that reach, you can bend through your center and then exhale, push off of that bottom foot. Inhale and exhale. Good, so just feel a reach through your body. Again, engagement through the quadriceps, backs of the legs. Good. And from here, let's pause. Turn your toes just slightly out, and then let the thighs move down, and then up. Let's move the thighs, move down, let the thighs move down, and your arms can come up. Good, so just feeling a big opening in your lumbar, feeling it nice, wide, broad. Good, por la espalda baja. Good. All right, and then let's hang down here for a moment and take a little stretch to one side. Inhale, bring it up, and exhale, finding a stretch in the opposite direction. Inhale, you can bend a little deeper as you move through your center. And then exhale, lengthen all the way over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. So now 2 arms, let them sweep through your center and then right back around. And then we're going to sweep and come around. Good. One more time. Each direction, sweeping and then around. Good. From here, let's just walk our feet a little bit wider. Take your hands to the thighs and then stretch one shoulder over. Inhale, you can come up and stretch the other shoulder over. Good, we'll try this just a few times, waking up back muscles. Good, inhale, pulling up, nice and slow. Exhale, reaching. Beautiful. Good. Inhale, bring that up, and exhale, otra dirección. So now bring yourself up, and then let's just shift our weight from one side to the other side. And I'm letting my arm come up on the side where the knee bends. Good. And then from here, 2 arms up once again. Turn the 10 toes, let them face forward, and then bring your fingertips down under your shoulders. Keep the knees soft and let the back lengthen out. Take the tailbone up, and then exhale, round. Good. So the knees lengthen, and then your back actually lengthens out as well. So we're going to inhale, come down, 2, 3, and exhale, coming up, 2, 3. Inhale, take it down, 2, 3, and exhale, over, 2, 3, couple more, down, 2, 3, and up, 2, 3, waking up your legs, strengthening your center. Let's hold down here, and then same thing, stretch out your hips. So one knee bends. As that knee bends, you should feel the opposite inner thigh. Really connect. Good. Inhale up through your center. Exhale, reaching out through the inner thigh. Good. And now from here, back to your center once again. Exhale, reach the arms up and right back up into standing. This time I'm hooking my thumbs and I'm going to do a big long sweep through my center. And exhale, right to standing position. And then stretch, reach, coming all the way over. And right back up. Good, let's do that each direction, cada dirección. Una vez más. Good, inhale. And exhale, all the oatmeal in my stomach is just, whoa. All right, and now from here, inhale, bring your hands behind the head, open your chest, let the head rest here for a moment. Good. And then we're gonna step, I'm gonna step my left foot to my right. So I've turned this way. This is my left side. So let's inhale, sweep, bring your arms up. And exhale, bring your head forward and the two arms back. Inhale, sweep, stretch, reach it up. And exhale, take it back. Good, so as the arms move back, feel the triceps and the latissimus there, those muscles on the sides of the back sides of the rib cage engage. Good, 2. And now we're gonna hold back here for a moment and exhale, pulse from the knees, just down and up. So feeling the weight stay grounded through your feet, down and up. Glutes, hamstrings firm, strong. 2 and 1. Slide the hands to the thighs, lift the sternum, and exhale, round it over. Inhale, lift your sternum, take the tailbone up. Exhale, round it over. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, round it over. Inhale, stack it up. Good. Now from here, reach your 2 arms out, take the tailbone slightly downer. Really tuck it underneath you and take a little Utkatasana, just a few breaths. Exhale, pulling up, let the heels rise up. Good. So now find that Utkatasana once again, arms coming up. Exhale, pull the sits bones towards the floor as the heels rise. Good. Down, 2, 3, and then rising up, 3, 2, 1, and moving down, 2, 3, and rising up, 3, 2, 1. Good. One more time. Down, 2, 3. Now hold. Just lift the heels and pulse the thighs for 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels down, lifting up. Bring your palms together back behind you. Inhale. And exhale, find a forward bend. Inhale, push through the feet. Once again, bring your hands to your hips. From here, just step your left foot back and send the heel into the floor. Turn the back toes slightly out. And so now we're gonna exhale, sweep out over your front leg. We'll come out and up. We'll move out and up. Moving out, opening the chest. Good. Beautiful. Let's hold with the arms up. Take your head up. Long stretch. And then exhale. Reach forward. Head reaches towards the wall in front of you. Tailbone reaches to the wall behind you. Inhale, we'll come up 2, 3. And exhale, float it over 2, 3. Inhale, sweep it up 2, 3. And exhale, take it over. Good, one more time. Inhale and exhale, hold. So from here, gather weight into your front foot. And exhale, lift the back leg. Just hold the leg lifted. Doesn't need to be huge. Just find some stability through that leg. Set the leg down, pivot, and then let's do that on the other side. So we'll begin. Remember, as the knee bends, you don't want the knee to bend beyond your heel. So feel the knee stop right at the heel. Remember, you've got your back heel planted into the floor. Good. Try to kind of resist the torso moving too far forward. I really think head above your tail as the knee bends. Beautiful. So now from here, let's pause. Inhale, take the arms up. And exhale. Sweep, bring your head forward, arms back. Inhale, big breath up. And exhale. Head moves forward, tailbone back. Good, staying square, even through your hips. Inhaling up. And exhale. Reaching over that leg. So again, keep this line really clear through the knee and the heel. So you're not putting too much pressure in the front of the knee. En la rodilla. And then let's pause. Inhale, bring your hands to your hips. Try to get those hips square, even, so you can think your front sits bone pulls to your back sitting bone. And then exhale, just pick up the back leg any amount. Just hold it lifted with a steady low back. Good. Exhale. Step that leg in now. And then you're just going to lightly rock your weight side to side. Get back in that slow dance. Bailando, bailando. Good. Just feeling some lightness there in your joints. Beautiful. So now, there they are. Inhale the arms up. And exhale, bring your palms down. Everybody get soft in the knees and lightly again. Just create that little pump. 3, 2, and 1. And then exhale, reach your right leg back. Good. And then from there, reach your left leg back. And send the hips alta, alta, muy alta. Take your hips all the way in the air. And then you can spread out to the ball of the foot. And instead of letting the tailbone tuck under, go ahead, lift the tailbone as high as you can take it. And then you're stretching out the backs of the legs. Good. So now, let's try this. Go ahead, raise your right leg up. Bend the right knee. Lift it up just a hair so you really feel that work in the glute and the hamstring. And then we're going to place your right foot just right behind the right hand. And then again, now this sitting bone, your right sitting bone, is going to move towards your left as you plant the back heel and come all the way up and into standing. So really think about that weight in the pelvis being anchored through your sits bones. So take a breath. Inhale, find a full warrior 1 here. Sternum stretching towards the sky. Good. Exhale. Now I'm going to take my right hand to my right sitting bone and push into it as I come down into Parsvottanasana. So you can take your left hand if you'd like to your right ankle and continue to work that thigh bone back, 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 back. And so using your hands can provide kind of tactile cues and help your muscles do what you want them to. Beautiful. Good. So now from here, two hands to this foot, my toes, these front toes, I'm going to pivot towards my back toes and then just say Padottanasana. Hello, Padottanasana. Good. And then I'm going to continue that pivot, bend my front knee right here and step the back foot in. Inhale, coming all the way up. So now I'm on the other side of my mat. I'll try that sequence on this side. So inhale, stretch, reach. Before you lift, let's take a good Tadasana. So you'll draw the tailbone underneath you. Feel your heels really anchor into the floor so the backs of the legs become long, really supporting you. Good. And then from there, bring your sternum, bring it forward, bring your arms back. And really, so we're working on length here. So extend through the backs of the arms, extend through the backs of the legs. Vamos a extender por las piernas y también la columna. So now you're going to really extend through the spine. Good. Bend the knees and then let the fingers come to the floor, and then you can bend and straighten here just a few times. Good. And then let's step back, right? Step back, left. Pause for a moment in a little plank. If it feels nice to kind of rock the heels, you want to feel your hips right under your shoulders. 2 and 1. Good. Now reach the hips all the way up with a long low back. So you just want to feel the sacrum. Release, release. La espalda inferior relajando. Muy bien. And then from here, so keep the hips steady and just lift the left leg. La pierna izquierda arriba. Good. Bend the knee. Lift it a hair more, un poquitito más. And then from there, I'm going to exhale. Place the foot behind my hand, and then I want you to try that same your sitting bone trick, isquion. So take your left arm here to your left sitting bone, and then push that right heel into the floor. And then I want you to work that sitting bone back as you rise up. Good. Warrior 1. Good. So just building more proprioception in terms of where are we holding our bones in space. I think it's a really good use of our práctica de yoga. Muy bien. So now from here, left hand, left sitting bone. Exhale. Reach, reach, reach. And take the right hand there to your tobillo izquierdo, to your left ankle. Good. See if you can lift the inner back arch of your foot. Arriba. And push that heel into the floor. Beautiful. So now turn everything inward. And we'll take another Padottanasana. Another wide leg. Good. From here, let's inhale, come all the way up. And then I'm just going to step my left leg to my right and turn. So now this is my left side facing the computer. And I'm going to walk some weight out into my hands, en las manos, and we'll do an external rotation sequence. So arms up. Good. Inhale once again. Feel the tailbone drop down as the arms stretch up, 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 up. Good. And then from there, Extend, take your fingertips back behind you. Good, feeling the low back nice and long. Bend the knees, the fingertips come to the floor. And we're gonna walk out into a plank, but I want you to do it extremely slowly so that you've got a pause in the air, right? So one hand, hold it, get it firm, then the other hand. Reach, and then so the idea is that you really feel the muscles in the shoulder fire up and gather stability as you reach your hand out. Make sense? Good. So when you feel like you're down dog, then come forward into plank for just a moment. And then exhale, allow that to rise up. So send the sitting bones towards the sky. A big long estiramiento. And then as the sits bones reach towards the sky, reach your heels away from the toes. And that reaching, alcanzando por los talones, reaching and stretching through your toes, through your heels is going to help you get the calves to stretch, which are kind of chronically tight on most people, y especialmente las mujeres embarazadas, especially pregnant women. So now raise your right leg up, bend the knee, and then abrimos. You're going to open that leg behind you un poquito. And then desde aquí, from here, let's take your right foot, place it behind your right hand, turn your left toes out, and then we're going to spiral up and find a deep, good old warrior two. So everybody feel this heel lines up with your back arch. Oh, this happened yesterday where my tensor fascia lata was really in communication with me in this pose. All right, take your two arms out. Take a big breath. And from here, let your top or your bottom arm come down towards the tobillo to your ankle. Top arm over your ear. Good. And then stretch, reach your two hips back. And we're going to let this arm come up and you'll find a little, que digo yo, Trikonasana. Love this pose. Love this pose forever. Mi favorito. You guys, the real trick, or a trick, un truco con Trikonasana, is this top rib cage right here. Estas costillas, they want to pull down as your bottom rib cage pulls up. And that's sort of like your transverse abdominis / spinal extensors / obliques at work. Bottom ribs down, top ribs down, bottom ribs arriba. Good. So now from here, can we bend your back knee? And then quizás put that foot underneath your sitting one, so you just step it in. And then maybe this right hand can reach out. And then if you're feeling it, lift the back leg. Good. So you feel that the inner thigh, outer hip are working to support that leg. Good. Top arm can come up. Good. And then from here, let's take the top arm down. Make this for a moment a little standing split. So you get a big stretch through your hips. Good. Good. Feel the center of your heel and the ball of the foot on that supporting leg. So you want to feel very, very alert in your supporting leg. And then let's exhale. Bring your top foot down next to your bottom foot and really send your sacrum up. Good. And then we're going to bring ourselves levantado. Okay, let me just hit a button on this thing. And then we're going to do that sequence moving in the opposite direction. So now this is my right side facing the computer. And we're going to inhale, take the thumbs up, long spine, drop the sits bones towards the heel. So good. That doesn't mean tuck the pelvis forward, but instead really just feel firming and lengthening through the backs of the legs. Muy bien. Y desde aquí, so from here, find a flat back forward. Estirando, so we're stretching through your columna, your spine, piernas, your legs, y también brazos, through the arms. Good. Try to keep your head, I always find head above your neck in a long thing. And then bend the knees. Good, con los deditos afuera, with your fingertips out here. And now again, same thing, when you walk it back, do this really slowly, so you're stabilizing your shoulder with each. It's almost like we're putting some mountain climbing into our yoga this morning. Okay, I'm pulling back, reaching out, pulling back, reaching out. When you found a down dog, push now deeply with both hands. Con la cola arriba with your tailbone all the way up. Then reaching the tailbone up, talones are going to reach away from the toes. So where is their length? In the back of your body. That's what we're queremos descubrir. Good. Y desde aquí. So from here, go ahead. We're going to skip a plank. Who needs it? Lift just your left leg. Bend the left knee. Lift it un poquitito más. Good. And then open it towards the room. Good. And then desde aquí, so from here, you're going to take your left foot, pie izquierdo, detrás, so behind your left hand, turn the back toes out, and then exhale, reach, bring yourself up, find warrior two, guerrero dos. So this knee is going to bend, and just check your hip. Remember, always the knee to heel relationship. Good. Dos brazos afuera. You can take your two arms out. Good. And let your pelvis descend here. Good. And then go ahead, stretch. You're going to lengthen this knee. Oh, wait, that's not how we did this. We went to Parsva Konasana first. So take your top hand down. This top arm now reaches over the ear, stretching por los dedos. Good. And again, never want that front knee to bend beyond your heel. So let the rib cage do the lengthening. Bottom rib cage can pull in, top rib cage can lift. And then you can take that into, I'm going to bring that back foot in a little bit, a Trikonasana. Good. So I just want you to take your top hand, slide it down the rib cage, feel that your ribs are horizontal. Same thing on the bottom rib cage. Super bien. And then desde aquí, so from here, take your top hand to the hip, bend your two knees, step the back foot in, walk your left hand out, or that front hand out, and lift so that you feel inner thigh, outer hip, and that's on both legs supporting you here. It's just one leg's in the air and one leg's on the ground. Good. And then we're going to let this top arm come down. Just pause for a moment and a little standing split. It's really great for your gluteus medius, the higher you can lift that leg. And then let's exhale. Bring it in. Take a forward bend. Release, release. And find your weight in your feet standing up. Good. So let's turn to the center of your mat for a moment. We'll do a couple little standing poses. So start by bringing weight onto one side. I'm going to my right. Inner thigh, outer hip on that leg. And then turn the toes out. Exhale, bring the foot to the shin. And bring your two palms. Palmas juntas. And bring the arms up if you like. Good. So again, keeping that foot alert. Exhale, release. And right back down. Let's try that on the other side. So you're going to let the right heel toe lift, and then the inner thigh opens the leg, supporting on the other side. Foot here just to your pantorrilla, to your calf, to your shin, your desvenilla. And then brazos arriba. Exhale, the arms floating down. Beautiful. Step your feet slowly dance side to side, lado y lado. And then, let's try that on the other side. So I'm going to lift this heel, open the knee, maybe put that foot all the way up on the thigh. And again, feel that alertness through your supporting side, pushing foot to thigh, pie al muslo, muslo al pie. Brazos arriba. Good. Brazos abajo. Exhale, let the leg lift. Set it down. Bailamos. Muy despacio. Lentamente. Muy bien. Okay, so now ahora, let's do left leg, right leg lifts and opens. So you've gathered your weight, supporting here, and then perhaps picking up that foot, putting the foot there on the thigh, pushing muslo a pie, pie a muslo. Really build that connectivity, balance through the heels, connects you to the glutes. Inhale, brazos arriba. Exhale, brazos afuera. Good. And then lift that leg. Y bajamos, bajamos, bajamos. All right, so take a second and just kind of swirl the pelvis around by letting the tailbone lead the way. Good. And then let's take weight onto your supporting side. Once again, I'm going to my right. You can grab onto your dedos or to your muslos. So you can get the toes or foot, whatever you want. Now remember that thing we did. You're going to drop your sitting bone of the lifted leg towards the sitting bone of the supporting leg. As you do that, extend. So just remember, muscles move bones. Los músculos mueven, bueno, huesos. Este es el propósito. Good. Doblando la rodilla, bending the knee. Release, bailamos. Bailamos y otra vez, moviendo el tailbone, your coccyx. Eso. All right. And then from here, same thing, otro ladito. We're going to do that on this side. Gather the weight. Lift the opposite leg. Hand to toe. As you extend the spine, pull that sitting bone beneath you. And then exhale, extend. 5 breaths. Exhale, release. Bring that down. And once again, bailando, bailando. Okay, so now we'll try that with an externally rotated leg. So you'll lift, bring this arm up, perhaps hand to the outside of the foot. And once again, sitting bone drops towards the supporting sitting bone. The leg extends, perhaps also the arm. Doblando la rodilla, bending the knee. releasing, bailandoing. You guys hear the trash truck? It sounds very serious outside. All right, so now gather the weight onto your left leg, pierna izquierda, and then we're gonna grab onto the outside of your right foot. Inhale. Good, pull your isquillon towards your other isquillon while you extend, perhaps also extending the arm. Good, y vamos a bajar, you'll lower, and then release. Excellent, so now, vamos a ver ahora, muy bien. We can put, I'm gonna put a little blanket here in the center of my mat, and come over it. And from here, I'm gonna just bend my knees and come down. So everybody can take a little moment to bring some cat-cow into your spine. Good, head and tail. Good, and then you can kind of wag the tail the other side to side. Cada dirección. Beautiful. So then from here, let's just bring our forearms to the floor and take your tailbone all the way up in el aire. Good, and shoulder blades pull together on your back, creating a little firmness. And then vamos a poner los deditos en el piso, so put your toes on the floor, and then lift the hips up and just melt all the way over. So feel that head to tail relationship. Pelvis arriba. Good, so now from here, bend the two knees. And I'm gonna put my knees for a moment on this blanket. And exhale. Now take my arms up in the air. And again, drop your sitting bones. Now they're gonna pull down towards your knees. So again, that's to create this firming in the backs of the legs. Good, put your hands on your low back. And exhale, just extend your esternón. Good. From here, bring your palms together back behind you. Let the top of the head come down. A big opening in the chest. And then from here, I'm going to press my fingertips into the floor. And then let me go forward. I'm going to go forward with my right leg first. So I'm just bringing this foot out in front of my bottom foot. And then I'm going to melt my pelvis down. So just feel the sacrum when you're in a, so here's a back and extension. And then when we're moving the pelvis down, we've really created a back bend here. So this should be stretching the front of the hip by moving the sacrum in. El sacro adentro. Good. So now move the spine back out. So now you're stretching your front hamstring. Femorales estirando. Good. And then from here, take your front foot to the outside of the other side of your mat. So I'm going to bend this knee and then again move my sacrum in till my pelvis comes down to the floor. From here, give yourself permission to kind of rock and roll your pelvis just a little bit, un poquitito. And stretch, extend the sternum. So feel the front of you opening. Good. If it feels nice now to bring your forearms, your antebrazos al piso, como no. Lo haremos. So this should feel like a big stretch for your right hip. You can always put a prop underneath that sitting bone if this stretches too much. Good. Now you can bend the back knee and just bring same hand to foot, perhaps, or ankle, or toes, I should say, to colo, to your elbow. And then the palms go pull together. So this is all sort of, what does your body feel like doing? Good. So from here, take this back foot, wrapping it around. So it comes to the front of your body now. Sit the ankle on your rodilla, tobia to rodilla, and then sitting up. So now this knee, so you sort of stack your two legs. Good. Can you hear my chickens? They're so cute. All right. Then from here, let's pull your top knee over your bottom knee. And then the arm of your bottom leg, so this is my right, I'm going to put it on my sacrum, and then take my left hand here to C7, to the back of my neck. And I want you to see, a lot of times what happens, here, watch for a second. A lot of times people want to get their hands together, and there's this impulse to round in the back to try to do that. And really, that's never how the hands will get together. And you don't want to stress your shoulders or your chest when you do this. So if you start here and then just gradually, literally let the fingers trace the spine and slowly see, keeping your spine long, maybe your two arms are going to adduct enough that the palms can connect. It doesn't matter. And then this is something I also try, instead of getting a death grip here on my hands and binding, just keep stretching. Keep letting the fingers press into one another instead of stopping the stretch. I don't know if any of that makes any sense to you, but that's useful to me to think about. Pues, all right, so now I'm going to take my two hands back behind me, unfold, come onto all fours, because we've got another side to do. So now I've just got myself facing the other side. All right, take a moment, cat and cow. Just releasing your back. Good. And then when you are feeling it, go ahead, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. And then the first thing I want to just explore here is moving your hips forward. When the hips move forward, so sometimes I see this too, hips move forward, but the back stays back. That's because the hips are tight. So move the sacrum with your hips. Move the low back with your hips. Move it in and really control the stretch through your front heel, este talón, right? So you don't want, if the knee is beyond the heel, you lose control of the stretch, and then it's not as awesome. Good. And pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. When you feel like that hip has opened, beautiful. I want you to stretch then. Reach your hands out, reach your tailbone back. And so now this should be a stretch for that bottom hamstring on the front leg. Good. And then we're going to walk that foot, just vas a cruzar. You're going to let it cross your mat. And from here, first stretch the hips back. And this is a lovely way to stretch that IT band / that outermost hamstring on your front leg. Good. And then from here, let's allow the knee to bend. Remember, if this is too intense for your hips, put a prop underneath your left sitting bone, your isquion izquierdo. So then we're in a pigeon once again, una paloma. And I want to just reiterate that the sacrum moving in, balancing the pelvis, that's more important than how far you come forward or anything else, right? How are you orienting your bones to one another? And then when you feel like it, bring your codos abajo, you're gonna bring your forearms down. And then just let the weight of the body move por el centro. Oh, I want to be here for a long time. It feels nice. From here, go ahead, push, bring some weight back. You can bend the knee. Bring the hand here for a moment to your back foot. Same hand, same foot. Good. So this might be all the stretch. And again, if your torso is real far forward, that won't feel so comfortable. So see about bringing the hand here. And then you may discover that the foot wants to rest in the elbow. So if that's going great, good. If your hips feel balanced, take the top arm up and then just rest your head. Vamos a descansar la cabeza aquí en el brazo opuesto. Good. So it just allows the chest to continue to open. 2 and 1. Good. So now back foot. Let it come around. I'm catching it with my hand. And then I'm going to let it rest over my bottom leg. So tobillo a rodilla. Good. And then rodilla hacia tobillo. So now you're stretching the knees and ankles together. And this should really open up back of your cadera aquí. And then again, you can do any kind of shifting here that feels asísimo to you. Good. So just being here for a moment. And then we're going to slide your top knee towards your bottom knee. And let your feet come around to the outsides of your hips. Good. So then from there, so if this is my left leg on bottom. Yes, I think this is how I did on this side. And take that. I really like doing it the other way, but that's not what I did. Yeah. So now your left hand comes here just to your sacrum. And get the arm comfortable. So right now you're just letting the chest open. And then the top arm, just slowly bring it up. And then walk the finger, let the fingertips crawl to that bony part of your neck. Good. C7, that part that sticks out the most in your neck vertebra. And then slowly, slowly, slowly crawl your hands together. Para capear. And just let the hands come. If you're, again, this is if your shoulders, etc., are saying, yes, this is a good stretch for me. Good. So something that I'm working on here, instead of letting my arm fall forward, is really verticality through the humerus bones on both sides so that the arms can adduct comfortably. And then we're going to exhale, just release all of that. And then let's come facing forward for just a moment. ¿Qué hora es? Well, tenemos que terminar. But let's do just a little bit of Baddha Konasana. Let's put that baby's head just right here, right now. And so soles of the feet. So in your Baddha Konasana, you want the soles of the feet, outside edges of the feet, fifth metatarsals press in. And then the thigh bones, as your heels squeeze in, the thigh bones press themselves into the floor. I've got my hands underneath me. So I'm just doing a big opening. I'm going to even move my pelvis a little forward and reach my sits bones towards my heels. Now, if this won't make you have a baby, I guess it's just not ready yet, huh? So you really want to feel from here to here, the knees opening. Beautiful. And then we're going to exhale, just release. I'm going to take my legs to the side of the mat and then perhaps I'm putting a little prop down here for me. And we're going to take just a few respiras. We're going to breathe together. So let your body release here into the floor for a moment. Take a second to see if your breath can soften. Just wherever you might be holding tension. And then when you feel ready, just begin a nice little light wiggling of your toes, dedos de la mano, dedos del pie. And then you can kind of slow dance the body, bailando despacio. And then we'll just roll ourselves to one side. And then empujamos por las manos, you push through the hands and find ourselves arriba otra vez, última vez. Hoy nos sentamos juntos con las palmas juntas. Good. And you can bow the head, bajando la cabeza, cerrando los ojos. Your practice is a gift. Tu práctica es un regalo. Muchas gracias and enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste. Wes, who is there with Karen?